And I'm so embarrassed about this. I'm so embarrassed about this. Sanibonani Bangani, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another Wednesday chat. If you are new here and coming across my channel for the very first time, my name is Dimnot from Vubu, and I'm all about self-development, self-improvement, vibes, and vlogs. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are a returning subscriber, If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for making it back, honey. Today's chat is a bit difficult, challenging, because it's not something that's very easy to talk about, and that is money. Money is not an easy chat to have, and before we jump into that conversation, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps YouTube recommend it to other cool people like you, and also just drop me a comment and let me know if you are a returning subby or a new subby. Let's see where we at. For something we love to aspire to have, it's very uncomfortable to talk about. And what's more uncomfortable to talk about in regards to money is the habits around it that keep us from having it. And that is today's chat. We will be talking about mindsets and habits that kept me broke and ones that you should possibly avoid. If you recognize a mindset or a habit that's like, that sounds familiar, note it down, write it down, let's work through it. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. So I started out in terms of my working career, like being employed, making money. I was fresh out of university and I actually graduated with an associate degree in architecture technology, which is so far removed from what I'm doing right now. So right after uni, graduated top of my class, yes, pretty amazing. I thought that would open doors quicker, but it didn't. So right after uni, right after graduation, did the whole job hunt, wasn't very successful, did a bit of freelancing in architecture, wasn't successful. And around that time, I realized that, you know what? I need to get it together. I really need to make some money, because I was so focused on moving out of home, and I realized that moving out of home needed me to have money. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take whatever job I can get right now while I continue the job hunt. So the job I was able to land by God's grace, which is really crazy, was a job at a hotel working as a receptionist. And I knew absolutely nothing apart from watching movies and series and seeing how people answer the phone. Hello, how can I help you? That is really all I knew. Went into that interview, aced it, got the job on the spot, because I remember the manager was like, if you want the job, it's yours. We've got a couple of other people to interview, but if you want the job, it's yours. So I said, sure. And I rose to the occasion, I took the job, and I learned on the job. So while on the job, I had a bit of an epiphany, I was just like, I'm still doing like architecture freelancing outside of my hotel shifts, but I don't think this is working for me. And around that time, because God works in very crazy, mysterious ways, that's when I was really intensifying my blogging. I was writing pages and pages and pages of blog posts, and somehow the manager at the hotel discovered my blog, and he was like, look, this is cool, how about you do this for our company? And that is how I pivoted into the world of digital marketing, social media marketing, content creation, content marketing. So that opened a door to what is currently my career. But what happened is I stayed in my hotel job long after I saw that this was actually taking off, because I now started doing that as the side hustle outside of the architecture. I ditched the architecture completely and I started managing people's pages, started managing the hotel's page, and that was taking off. I was getting a bit of money on that, but something just was not making me take the jump. I started having those conversations with myself about maybe I should, move. Maybe this is the next step. But I had so much inertia, which was the first mindset that actually kept me from my bag. I was so scared to leave the comfortability of a guaranteed salary at the end of the month. I was so scared because I thought, okay, I'm gonna leave this job that is a guaranteed paycheck at the end of the month and take a leap and bet on myself. And for a long time, I debated it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And that really kept me stuck for a very long time. And half the time, the best stories are built outside of the comfort zone. So as soon as I stepped out of my comfort zone and I ditched that inertia, things just picked up for me. The second thing that really kept me broke, and this was still around the time when I was still working as a receptionist was really a scarcity mindset. Imagine this, I'm working my 8 to 5 job at the hotel. I've got that salary, I'm getting tips. That is one thing I actually miss about working in the hotel industry, tips. I'm making my regular paycheck, I'm getting tips on top of that, getting money on money on money. And then now I've got the side hustle where I'm managing people's social media. But despite having this money, it wasn't that much, don't get me wrong. I was not making millions, I was not making a gang of money, but it was money and it was decent. But despite that, I always felt like I didn't have enough. And it really stopped me from certain things, such as spending on myself, spending on certain experiences. And in hindsight now, I realize where it comes from, because half of our relationships with money, or how we perceive money, stems from our childhood. So what was happening is I was hoarding money and not enjoying what I was making. And the minute I realized that, you know what, yes, I'm not making millions right now, but I can afford to spend money because the money will make itself back. Like, the money will come back. I can spend it. Not recklessly, but I can spend it. That's when money started flowing quicker. Opportunities started flowing quicker. Things just started coming easier to me. Another thing that really messed with my bag was not budgeting. Not budgeting with my money. Because the money was coming in, but I wasn't seeing where it was going. We all might be familiar with this, where you get paid, but at the end of the month, you're like, what did I spend my money on? And that is the worst feeling. The what did I spend my money on question, oh my gosh, that is sad. Having a budget and actually budgeting and sticking to the budget just helps you allocate your money well, so that at the end of the month, you don't ask yourself, I would really recommend, if you can start budgeting, start today. Koramanje. The fourth thing, and I'm so embarrassed about this. It was not taking risks. And this comes from the scarcity mindset. It comes from like a toxic relationship with money. It comes from just feeling like money is something to be feared. So you can't take too many risks with it. So you have this amount of money, someone presents a business opportunity or something to invest in, and you're like, I worked too hard to just recklessly put my money into that. So what I did for a very long time is I played it safe. Whose song is this? Scared money don't make no money. I was having scared money, and this is something I'm still trying to unlearn. So don't come at me, I'm not perfect, and I should have had a disclaimer that I am not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing experiences from what I have seen in regards to money. But I had scared money. I was so scared to spend money. I was so scared to use money to make money. It's all about just analyzing the risk at hand, the opportunity at hand, and just seeing if it's worth you investing your energy and your finances in. I'm not saying fall for scams. I'm not saying go for pyramid schemes. I will not recommend those type of risks. But things that can elevate you, grow you, and, help you realize a better version of self and improve your quality of life, those risks are worth taking and investing your money in. And then the last thing, and I saved the best for last, because this is one I really want us to internalize. And if it sounds familiar to you, then it shows you an area where you can improve. I believe that if you know better, you can do better. A big thing that's really keeping most of us from living the lives we want to live is not equipping ourselves. I am guilty of that. Learn. There are so many resources on the internet. We live in an amazing era where we have the internet and this digital age where social media has allowed us access to so many people with different expertise, especially in money. From learning about active income to passive income, income streams, to learning about how to manage your money, how to budget, all of those things that can help you grow your money and build your wealth. Do that. And if you recognize any of these mindsets and habits as something that you're doing, today is a great opportunity to unlearn all of that. And like that, we are well on our way to being millionaires. I know that's intense. That escalated. I really hope you have enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment down below. Let me know if it was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching this Wednesday chat. Same time, same place next week. Cool.